within us, we have a treasure that sustains life. And how dare we hold back that treasure that someone else may live because we won't spend the time to give as we should give.
I think it's time that more people, actually realized and understood the need. And there's no substitute for blood. There is none.
I can't imagine the community in the city without Lifeblood. It would scare me to think there would be no blood on the shelf.
The need is there constantly, not just now and then, it's constant.
I am blessed to be a giver. If it's possible to help other people, why not?
Almost 15 years ago, I was told I had only 7 days to live. It was November 8th. I was on my way getting prepared to go to church that morning and got violently ill and had to be rushed to the emergency room. And got there and they discovered that my blood system was poisoned. I took interferon and went back to the doctor for a follow-up about a month later, and they said, Mr. Gillespie, we're going to take you off of interferon. Well, unfortunately, your body has taken the interferon and done the total opposite of what it was supposed to do. It has destroyed what was left of your liver. And on the 7th day, when I was totally so sick that I had lost the use of my legs, lost the use of my hands, I got a phone call saying that they had an organ for me. I am so thankful for that donor in Chattanooga. I'm not thankful that Mr. Dean Williams died, but I'm thankful that his wife made that decision to donate his organs upon his death because I received his liver. But also would have done no good for me to have received the donation of his liver if it had not been for those people in the community that donated blood.
Our need is twice the national average.
In a given year, we have approximately 10,000 children come through as inpatients in the hospital. We do around the neighborhood of 10 to 12,000 surgeries. We do around 60,000 procedures in our radiology department, and I believe we do around 75,000 visits to the emergency room every year.
We perform approximately 300 to 350 heart operations which require the heart-lung machine. There's a great need for blood. It's essential for us to perform our operations.
But I can say this, almost every preterm baby who stays in the nursery, in the neonatal intensive care unit, more than a few days, end up having to receive a blood transfusion.
My name is Dawn Moreau, and I'm the manager of transfusion services at Le Bonheur. We get all of our blood from Lifeblood.
We have the 8th largest medical district per capita in the United States.
When you have a city, a metro area that's 1.3 million and you only have 40,000 donors to take care of the need of all those people.
We have a great number of medical organizations, fantastic places, and in order for them to function, they need the services of Lifeblood. They need Lifeblood to be collecting from donors, and without that, it really brings everything to a screeching halt.
I am Dick Benson, a 19-gallon, 6-pint donor. I got cancer a year after I started working for Lifeblood in 1996. And during that time, I had 2 operations, and the second time I used 9 pints. I'd already had a successful operation 6 months prior to that, and so there was no danger. No one thought I was going to need blood. I was bleeding to death internally. If someone had not have thought about donating blood a day, a week, or up to 6 weeks, then the blood would not have been there. And after I was cancer-free for 5 years, which you can donate blood, again, I started donating again, donated maybe another 7 or 8 times, and came down with cancer a third time. I currently have inoperable stage 4 lung cancer, so I'll never be able to donate again.
You know, the question I get from everybody at work is, does it hurt? Does it hurt? Does it hurt?
You know, it wasn't painful, it was simple, you know, easy. The staff was wonderfully nice.
When I talk to my group at church, I try to tell them, you know, explain to them it's really not hard.
Yeah, it's a little needle stick, but when I think of what it's doing and the fact that me sitting there for 20 or 30 minutes giving blood may help people, then that little needle stick is no big deal.
Whole process going into and coming out of 30 minutes.
They've tried to make the chairs more comfortable over the years, I'll tell you that. They've really improved on that aspect of it. You could almost take a nap if you weren't doing what you're doing.
And I have to admit too that while I was sitting in there donating, I was checking my fantasy football team and setting the lineup, and so, you know, plenty of other such things to distract you.
It just makes you feel good, actually, to do that, because you know literally that it can help save someone's life.
I always feel better afterwards than I did before.
About 2 years ago, my son was involved in a school bus accident. They amputated his leg around 9 o'clock. A little bit after 11, they called me back, and we was in ICU. They told me that the blood wouldn't clot the way they needed it to. 45 volunteer blood donors that gave Jalen blood. My son wouldn't be here today had it not been for the blood that was already on stock. I mean, it's precious. Can't live without it.
I'm Dan Shepard from Bartlett, and my donation level is 431 units. I'm looking forward to 432. It'll make an even 54 gallons. My son is a family physician. He's also a regular donor and gives platelets now. He's over 100 units. So he's trying to catch up to me. I told him he had a few years to go yet.
It was a blood mobile one day at work, and I thought, well, they probably won't take my blood because I doubt it's good enough. So I went to the blood mobile, and I didn't get away as quick as I thought. It took about 20 minutes. And I've been doing this ever since. That was in about 1982. And I was so thrilled that I could do this.
What solidified my involvement in it was actually my son. When about 6 years ago, he was 4, and I donated blood, came home that day and had one of the water bottles that had Hero on the side of it. And my son looked at it and said, Dad, what's the story with the Hero? And so I told him, you know, I gave blood today and tried to help out the community. And at that point on, every time I mentioned giving blood, he looks at me and goes, Dad, you're such a hero. I'm thinking, how can you not give blood when a child says that to you?